Everyone, welcome back to the Kaiju Cave 2.0. It's the first video of the Kaiju Cave, and I will be doing a double unboxing and review of the Hiya Toys 2024 Godzilla Evolved and Hiya Toys 2024 King Kong. Let's open it. Oyster was nice enough to give me some stickers, which I do highly appreciate. Here are the figures out of the box packaging. I am highly excited for both of these figures. I think I'm more excited for Kong, not to be honest. And I will be pretty honest about my reviews. This box is a little wet, but okay, whatsoever. And let's check the Godzilla Evolved box. Very nice, I like the pink. And now, let's open the Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved. And then we'll move on to King Kong. Okay, I'll move the box out the way. And let's get right into the unboxing and review. Wow, I am very excited to open this figure. I am a little late on these guys since I don't buy from Cowboys. Sadly here, Godzilla Evolved comes with two fist hands, and I think there's also some standard hands that already come on the figure. Let's put this plastic aside, and here is Godzilla Evolved right out the box. I think he looks fairly nice. I love how there's pink splashes around. Wow, he is very stiff. I might have to put the heater on this guy. Wow, like, look at that. That is nice. Okay, now let's get into more nicer stance. Wow, his ab crunch is pretty good. Let's get the articulated dorsal plate. Wow, I think that's a really nice addition. Let's get him into more wow, he's really stiff. That's one thing I can say. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So I'll be back after putting him under the heater. That'll be just a second. Godzilla is out from being roasted, and wow. Already, I like how I think I got a pretty good copy. But I do see why people do complain that the transition is very, I don't know how you would say it. It's like not really a spike transition. It's just like pink and then body or skin. But I like how they added pink splashes all around this figure. And I think it's pretty nice. I'm comparing this to, actually, let me go get it. Comparing this to Godzilla Re-Evolved. What did they do to my figure? Why is he taller than Godzilla Re-Evolved? Hiya. Like, look. I will do a clear difference. Look at the faces. They're really looking at each other in the eye. I don't know, guys. In all the other videos, like Shinrabjira's video and a lot of other reviews showed that Godzilla Evolved was shorter than Godzilla Re-Evolved by Hiya Toys, but maybe mine's just in a bad stance. Anyway, let's put him aside and get on to detail. I do think the detail on the dorsal plates are very dull. You can't really see much detail, but it is still there. I love the Evolved design. I think it's really nice, and the sculpting is very movie accurate. They did add a articulated dorsal plate. This is the first one on a Hiya Godzilla. I know that SH Monster Arts have done it on their Godzilla -1 and Godzilla 2000. But look at that. He can stand pretty darn tall. I don't have a measuring stick next to me anywhere, but let's make him look right into his eyes, and bam. Wow. And you can see the difference of the painting and detail. I think the painting and detail is way better on the Evolved figure. There's also some dry brushing on the back of the feet, where it is not, well, there is dry brushing on the Re-Evolved, like everywhere. But on some places you don't really see it. Like, actually, no, you pretty much see it everywhere. But I love the paint on this. I think they could have used a little more hotter pink, I guess you could say. But I think, I think that the painting and the sculpting is amazing. Wow, look at how lean he is. Like, just like that. Wow. This joint is a little loose. I can already feel it. Just a little loose. After roasting him, wow, okay, let's look at the elbow bend. Wow, this is as far as you can bend it, so you can touch his own chest. And I also looked that they actually sculpted the claws on the hand compared to the Re-Evolved. Just take off. They did not sculpt the claws on the hands. Okay. Which I like how. So that's the full bend of the elbow. And then it's full bend of the other elbow. So it can go kind of like that. And then you can. And this is how far it bends out. It's like that. Pretty straight. So how I'm gonna pose him, I think I'm gonna go like that. I don't know, like him. Like that. Well, there's a bit of a gap on here, on the knee joint, I guess you could say. Oh. They also, I think they, oh no, that's just me. I moved that. I think there are floating pieces in the tail. I'm not 100% sure. But also, at the base of the tail, right here where it connects to the body, it is pretty loose, which I'm not a big fan of. But overall, I'm really liking this figure. I think it was worth the $52 that I paid for. And shout out Big Bad Toy Store for the fast delivery. Wow. What was that? Since Monday, so 4 days. 5 days. That's good. Now I want to get into articulation. So let's start with the head. Godzilla Evolved can look up. I'm pushing it really hard. Oh, I guess when you push it that hard, it's gonna pop off. But this is actually, I already popped off the head, and his knee just bent backwards. Okay, whatever. I think I got his head on. Never mind. Okay. So, I got his head on. Now let's try that again. You can look up, Godzilla Evolved can look up that much. Compared to Godzilla Re-Evolved. Godzilla Re-Evolved can look up more than Godzilla Evolved, as you can see. And then push it down. Push it down. Okay. And Hiya towards Godzilla Evolved can look, literally, it can't look down. I'm not joking. Godzilla Evolved cannot look down at all. The camera has just fallen. So, as I was saying, Godzilla Evolved can look down that much, but with the help of his kind of ab crunch, he can look down that much. But with Godzilla Evolved here, he can't look down at all. So with this ab crunch to help him, he can look just a smidge more down than Godzilla Evolved. Which, to be fair, I think Godzilla Evolved looks down more than Godzilla Evolved. Does he? I don't know. Correct me. But then we can look to the side that much. Just beware that there is usually a gap on Godzilla Evolved. And you can just move the neck piece to fit it how you like. You can look that much to the side. Oh. Great. So his head does like to fall off. And you can look about that much to the other side. And again, you can move the neck to fit so you have no gap. I don't really have a problem with gaps that much, but maybe some other folks do. And I do like how very accurate he is. And I think it just looks more accurate in the movie than the SH Monsters Godzilla Evolved. I think his dorsal plates are more like flimsy. Like this one just really likes to wiggle around a lot. And the tail is like 5 times better than the Evolved's tail. I think they're close to be the same in length. Yeah, let's just put it like that. But the Evolved is a bigger figure, definitely. So since the Evolved is bigger, as you can see, they have quite a large tail difference. And it's not too big and it's not too small. It doesn't really matter to me. Anyway, along with the review, move this guy out of here. I like it. The knee can bend. Oh wow, that's really stiff. The camera just loves to fall. The knee can bend that much, and the knee can extend that much, but you will get a gap right there. So beware if you are buying this figure. If you don't like gaps, this figure actually doesn't have as many gaps as the SH Monsters. Not saying that I don't like the SH Monsters. I would prefer the SH Monsters over this one because those translucent dorsal spines are just so beautiful. Anyway, Godzilla Evolved can do a full 360 rotation with the legs, and the feet are still pretty stiff on mine, so they can go back that much, forward that much, and they can kind of get mid pivot, but not the best pivot. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we can move on to the tail. The tail is better than the Evolved, and I'll show you in just a second. That is the bend that I can get on the Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved. I didn't want to push it too much so it pops off, but that is a pretty good bend for a Hiya Toys figure. Just look, it's pretty close to his body. Let's see if I can push it a little more and try to get it close to touching the body. That's as far as I can push it. And now for the Evolved. I think there's a pretty big difference, this compared to that. You tell me. Alright, now that we're done with Godzilla Evolved, let's move on to the man, the myth, the monkey, King Kong. Bye-bye, Godzilla. For monkey. I'll unbox him. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, here is Kong, looking as monkey as ever. Let's open this. So, starting off with the head sculpts, the roaring head sculpt. I honestly love the look of this figure. There's the growling head sculpt, which I think is the best head sculpt. He has glass eyes. Can you see that? Glass eyes. Wow. It's really nice. Glass eyes, beautifully sculpted. Okay. First head sculpt. Second head sculpt is the roaring head sculpt with the silver tooth. I really like how they added the detail of the silver tooth. There it is. You So you can see the teeth are very nicely painted. Inside the mouth looks amazing. Again with the glass eyes. That is the second head sculpt. Now moving on to one of the coolest parts of this figure, the axe. I love it. They even added a little bone detail at the top to act like it's broken. It is like flimsy, but the detail is just beautiful. It is translucent, and I will show that in a later short. Then we have all the hands. We have the Shimo Frostbite hand with the scratches from Skull Island, where he had the propeller blade, and I like how it was sculpted. I kind of wish it was maybe translucent, I guess. It looked like that in all the reviews that I've watched on this. So that is the Shimo Frostbite hand. Then there's a regular version of that hand. We have two fist hands. And we have two like walking hands, like where it's two knuckle hands. Like that. And let's move that all aside for the big monkey himself. Kong, there the monkey is that I've been waiting for. Oh, okay. What are we working with here? This is a pretty detailed monkey. I think I do need to put him in the heater. Actually, no, I don't. He's pretty good. Oh, he has okay, let's just get into articulation since I'm already playing with them. So for the feet, they're like, you can push them like that. They go out about that much each. So you can almost do a split. I know I have the earlier Kong, which I'll show soon. This figure, oh my god, oh wow. Oh, the earlier figure couldn't look up at all. And just look at that. Oh wow, that feels nice. I already like this figure. I already like it. He has a scar on his back from GVK. Okay, I'm getting lost. Whatever. Articulation. Kong can look up that far, down that far, to the side that far, other side that far. We can of course do full 360 rotation. And now to the feet. There's a swivel here. We can go out that much. We can go in that much. We can kick out that much. Kick in that much. Kong can have an ab crunch of around that much. So he can basically sit down and chill. And the sculpting and the painting on this guy is amazing. He looks pretty articulated. Oh, I was just talking about articulation. What's up with me today? Wow, he's stiff on the hands. Really stiff on the hands. I think it's a ball joint here, so I don't know if that can swivel. I'm not gonna push it. Okay. For the feet, it can go down pretty well. And then they can go up, literally nothing. A bit of a pivot, side to side. I think it's good. It's good. Way better than Hiya Toys Kong 2021 first release. That one was kind of trash, even though I still bought it. But we can arch his back that much. Oh wow, he can arch his back a lot. Wow, that's a lot. Let's push him back. Alright, so I do find that his head is a little loose. Well, that's fine. Now I want to change the head sculpt to my favorite one of them, the the growling head. Now that was quite easy. Okay, now let's continue the articulation. There is a point of articulation on the hands. The elbow bend it's stiff out the box, so you can go like that. That much bend, and then pull it out that much to like a straight line. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. You can go up, you can go down. Every ball joint is a swivel. Man, I love Jogging Hong. This is a floating piece, and there is a butterfly joint here. Move that floating piece, and of course it is the same for the other arm, so I don't have to go over it. And now to put the axe in the hand. I think since the hands are made out of something pretty rubbery, it's quite hard to get them to stand. I don't know if I can. You know what? I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna get a stand. So I got a stand, and let's try to put his axe in. Okay, I don't want him to fall. All right. Now that we have Kong's axe on after his hand was cooking for a little while. Wow, like it's nice. Real nice. I love all the detail on him, and the axe, the translucency, so beautiful. Okay, that's all for Kong. I rate Kong a good 9.5 out of 10 for Kong. An honest rating for him is a 9.5 out of 10. I'll just do a little comparison with him and the first Kong that Hiya made. That is a side-by-side comparison of the older Kong, this guy, and the newer Kong. There's a huge difference. That's all for Kong, and now I'll add Shimo for the whole GXK collection. Actually, I'm missing skirt. Here they are, all side by side and next to each other. Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved, Hiya Toys King Kong 2024, and Hiya Toys Shimo. I think they look great. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked the first, I think, actual better review and unboxing on both of my channels. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Catch a cave.